Hey guys, welcome back to The Fishing Teacher, and appreciate you guys swinging by the channel today. And we're going to be talking about when you want to use a perch colored lure. All these lures that look like perch, different, yellow perch, bluegills, this type of stuff. There's a specific situation where a perch pattern works really good. And you know one thing about it, it doesn't have anything to do with the fish feeding on perch. It's like a lot of people think that you got to match the hatch. And one thing about bass fishing, I can tell you guys, I have never done any good matching the hatch. We'll get into that a little bit in the video, but I sort of want to go over the set of conditions that a perch pattern color works the best in here. Also guys, a couple quick things before we get started. Just want to let you know guys, if you haven't tried it, guys, try some of this new Seaguar Carbon Ultra Fluorocarbon. I've been using the Seaguar and VizX for over 20 years. Absolutely love it. I still use it. But the Seaguar just came out with this new Carbon Ultra recently. Super supple, super strong, super abrasion resistant. So I'll have my Carbon Ultra link and my Tackle Warehouse link in the description of the video if you guys would like to try a spool of it. Absolutely awesome there. I think you guys will really like that. And also guys, real quick, anybody interested in booking a private on the water lesson with me, I've had some people asking about that. Just go to my Facebook page, Intuitive Angling with Randy Blaukat, and shoot me a private message for details. I appreciate that. Okay guys, perch patterns have been around forever. In fact, some of the earliest crankbaits I ever used, I remember using some Rebel Deep WeRs back in the early 1980s, like 81, 82, a perch pattern. And I remember wading the creek. There was a creek called Center Creek down at Joplin, Missouri. And I remember how many fish I used to catch on that perch pattern WeR as I was wading Center Creek. So I've been using perch patterns for a long time, but it wasn't until recently, like when Megabass started coming out with some really advanced perch patterns like this, that I started incorporating them in my fishing a lot. And I've been doing it for about 5 years now. And also guys, Megabass has got some awesome perch patterns. I'll put my Megabass crankbait and jerkbait link in the description of the video if you guys want to check out some of these Megabass perch patterns. So anyway, I've been using perch patterns forever. And it's only been, again, like the past 3 or 4, maybe 5 years that I've really figured out exactly when a perch pattern works the best. And it has to do with 2 variables that we talk about all the time here on the channel, water temperature and water clarity. I am convinced, guys, that there are so many of the questions and so many of the solutions in bass fishing are to be found out just with water temperature and water clarity. That tells you so much about everything about bass, what they want and how deep they are. And for a perch pattern, how I got onto this was experimenting because, I use Megabass all the time. This is like, here's my box of Megabass. This is all Megabass square bills here. And I've got the opportunity to use about every color they want. So what I would do is I would start out with some of my favorite colors. Shad patterns, chartreuse, blackback, all that type of stuff. And if they weren't biting it and I felt that they would bite a square bill crankbait, I started experimenting with colors. And here's exactly when I figured this out. It was about 5 years ago. I was fishing down at Table Rock. It was the summertime down there. And I was catching them on a blackback chartreuse S-crank down there. Water was a little bit colored. It was low light. It was cloudy in the morning. Water was a little bit dirty. And about 9 o'clock in the morning when the sun started getting up, they quit biting it. And I started noticing the light penetration in the water was a lot more, and that chartreuse side was it just looked a little bit too bright. So I changed to a shad pattern, and I put a shad pattern on, and I started catching a few more fish over about the next hour or so, and then the sun got up even higher, and even that brighter shad pattern, let me show you here, the one I was using, it even looked a little bit too bright in the water there. So the only thing that I had that was a little bit more subdued was this perch pattern here. If you look at how bright even the shad pattern is compared to the perch pattern, I put this perch pattern on when the sun was up, the wind had died down a little bit, and I started catching them just as good on the perch pattern once that sun got up. So I thought it was just the perch pattern, and so like the next trip I went down there, I started out with the perch pattern right off the bat in the morning and didn't catch anything on it. It's like it blended in too much. It wasn't bright enough. But then again, about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, they started biting it. So when you have a situation where you have water, here's what you want to have for a perch pattern. I don't care if it's a jerkbait, if it's a crankbait or whatever it is. you need to have like at least 70-degree water. So you want 70-degree or warmer water, and you want to have water visibility between, say, 1 to 2 foot. That is the zone right there. 1 to 2 foot, maybe 2.5 foot, possibly, but 1 to 2 foot is the magical type of a zone. And also rock. It's like, I can't catch them on perch or on wood. I can't catch them on perch or on grass, but I can catch them on rock. So if you've got a situation where your water temperature is over 70 and your sky conditions are a little bit brighter, like a sunny or partly cloudy day, up in the day, mid part of the day, and then you got the water visibility 1 to 2 foot, get on your riprap banks, get on your rocky channel banks, get on your bluff banks, and parallel those shad pattern crankbaits and jerkbaits down those type of areas. And they'll light them up, guys. And like I said, so it's pretty much that window of about May until, sometimes early July or something that works good. May and June are the 2 best months for a perch pattern, in my opinion. But I've caught a lot of good fish on it. It's like anything else, all colors are situational, and that is the situation I've done the best on, the perch pattern. So anyway, hope it helps you guys out, and I'll have all this stuff linked in my video description here if you guys would like to get some, and we'll talk later. See you.